Welcome to Smartsheet Formula Basics Part 5, Errors. Smartsheet error messages occur when different elements than what were expected are provided in the cell or formula. We are going to look at various types of errors you may have encountered, what causes them, and how to resolve them. The first error is the blocked error. This is caused when at least one of the cells referenced by the formula has an error. We have to determine which cell referenced by this formula contains an error. In this example, the formula is only referencing one other cell. If we look at that cell, it also contains an error. I want to leave the formula in blocked column row 1, so you can see that the error will be resolved when we fix our circular reference later. However, I am going to copy the formula down so you can see that the formula works when referencing a cell without an error. The next error is the Boolean expected error. This is caused when the formula is in a specific type of column, like a checkbox or a flag, and the returned value is of a different type, and not the 1 or true and 0 or false as expected. To resolve this, we can move the formula to a different column or convert the result to the appropriate type. In this example, the formula is trying to return 2 and 3 instead of 1 and 0, which are the appropriate Boolean values. If we change the value if true and value if false arguments in the formula to 1 and 0, the error message will go away. The next error is the calculating error. This is caused when the formula engine is still calculating on the back end. The causes of this are usually slowness due to network conditions or heavy browser usage. On some occasions, it could also mean that you are using a larger formula and/or the formula is referencing a cell that is referencing another cell via a formula or cell linking, causing a delay in loading the result of the formula or calculation. To mimic the issue, I am going to try to reference another sheet in my formula, but with my network now disconnected. I will get a calculating error and a message to check my internet connection. After I reconnect my computer to Wi-Fi, I can continue working in the sheet. The next error is the circular reference error. This is caused when the formula references itself either directly or indirectly, meaning the formula references a cell which then references back to this cell. In this example, the formula is trying to count itself, which is a direct circular reference. To resolve the error, we change the reference. You can also see that when this error is resolved, the formula in row 1 of the blocked column now works as well. The next error is the contact expected error. This is caused when the formula in a contact list field has returned a data type other than text or contacts. This formula is trying to return number or Boolean values of 1 and 0. However, if we check the column type, this is a contact list. If we update the formula to return text values instead of numbers, we will no longer get this error. The next error is the date expected error. Similar to the previous error, this is caused when the formula in a date field is expecting a date but returns a different data type. In this example, the formula is referencing a cell with the number 1. If we update the cell's formula to be the today formula, the error will go away. We could have also referenced a column that has a date in it. The next error is the divide by 0 error. This error is caused when your formula is trying to divide something by 0. You can either address the formula by changing the divisor to a non-zero value, shown in this example, or wrap your formula in an if-error function. The next error is the incorrect argument set error. This error has multiple possible causes. Possibility number 1 is, for functions that take 2 ranges, the range sizes don't match for the function. Possibility number 2 is, the function is missing an argument. And the last possibility is, there is an extra function in the argument. If we look at the formula, we're using the sum function, which we see has one required argument called number1. However, we have not supplied any values. If we update the function to pass in a range of numbers as the required argument, the formula will be able to do the appropriate calculation. The next error is the invalid column value error. This error happens when a formula contains or references a data type that is inconsistent with the column type where it is inserted. In this example, the formula is using a max function then referencing date values. However, if we look at the column type, it is currently text number. If I change the column type to date, that will resolve the error. Alternatively, I could change the values referenced from dates to numbers, which matches the column type. It then will pull in the largest number. The next error is the invalid data type error. This error happens when a formula contains or references an incompatible data type. In this example, we have an int function looking at a date, but int, meaning integer, expects a number. After changing the function to reference a number, the error goes away. We would have gotten the same error message if the int function was trying to reference a text value instead of a number. The next error is the invalid ref error. This error happens when a formula contains a reference name to another sheet, which is the reference in curly braces that doesn't exist. In the sheet, if you right-click a cell, you will see Manage References as a menu option. If you select it, the Sheet Reference Manager pops up. Here we see that there is only one cross-sheet reference, and it is named Helper Range 1. If we check the formula, it is referencing something that was not in the list. If we update the cross-sheet reference to the one that does exist, the error will go away, and the formula will return the appropriate value. The next error is the invalid operation error. This error happens when a formula contains an operator that isn't supported in Smartsheet or has a typo. In this example, instead of typing less than or equal to, the equal sign is before the less than sign, which isn't an appropriate operator in Smartsheet. If we update the operator to the correct and supported operator, the error will go away. The next error is the invalid value error. This error happens when a formula contains a number outside of the expected range. In this example, we have the find function. I have instructed it to find the letter R in the word formula, but the starting character position is 10. The word formula doesn't even have 10 characters, so I get an error. If I change the starting position to 1, the function can do the appropriate evaluation and find the R in the third position. The next error is the no match error. This error happens in a few scenarios. First, this happens if the VLOOKUP function hasn't found a result. Second, this happens when there is not a number within the range that is greater than or equal to the search value in the VLOOKUP function. In this example, I searched for a value of 7, but the range I was searching only had the values of 1 through 6. If I change the search value to something in the 1 to 6 range, the error goes away. The next error is the number expected error. This error has historically happened when the formula is in a specific type of column and the returned value is a different type. There is some built-in error handling that helps prevent these types of errors now, so let's look at those scenarios to give you a better idea of what you might run into in Smartsheet. I'm an admin in this sheet, and I am trying to enter a number in a column that is restricted to symbols only. As a sheet admin, I can enter this value, but I do get a warning message. I can choose to keep the value or cancel. If the restrict to symbol option isn't turned on, but is then turned on later, this is the message you will receive, informing you that the column has a value that isn't a symbol. You will get these same kinds of messages for columns that are restricted to dates or restricted to certain drop-down values. Now let's look at a sheet where I am not the admin. If I try to add a value that is not one of the values that the column is restricted to, I will get an error and be unable to add that value. This is a great validation and error prevention tool for users. The next error is the overflow error. This error occurs when a value exceeds the supported numeric range. This is the supported numeric range. This formula would return a value larger than the supported range. If I update the formula to be multiplied by 10 instead, returning a number within the supported range, the error will go away and the formula will return the appropriate number value. The next error is the ref error. This error occurs when a formula references a cell which does not exist, usually due to a row or column being deleted that the formula was referencing. Here we see the ref error within the formula itself. A column was being referenced that was deleted. Now I have to update the formula to point to a value that does exist. The final error we are going to look at is the unparsable error. This error occurs when a formula cannot be interpreted by Smartsheet due to issues like misspelling, using the wrong case for a column name, or using single quotes instead of double quotes. For this first example, it looks like I was trying to use the sum function but just typed SU instead of SUM. If I fix the type, the error will go away. For the second example, I'm getting an error because I am trying to return a text value, but I did not wrap my text value in double quotes. Once I update that, my formula works again. If CloudWave can help your business with Smartsheet or any other application we support, please visit our website and reach out to us.